Hi, I'm Aniket, and we have with us Mr. Ramendra Kumar. Mr. Ramendra Kumar, a writer by passion, has 30 books to his name. His works have been translated and published in 12 Indian and 10 foreign languages. His stories have also found a place in textbooks and anthologies across the world. His first book of non-fiction, Effective Parenting, A New Paradigm, went into its second reprint in the very first month of its publication. Speaking about the book, Sir, you mentioned that the beginning of a happy family, or the main reason why a family is happy, is majorly down to the bonding between the parents, right? But don't you think that there's also a bond between the child and the parent to their parents? Like, basically what I'm asking is that you have mentioned in your book about a connect to Gen X. So can you please elaborate on what you exactly mean by it?
We have now, the modern society has burgeoning of a new phenomenon called the nuclear families. You know, we have struck a nuclear deal. So, what is this nuclear family? It is mummy, papa, and munna.
हम तो हमारे दो भी नहीं, हम तो हमारा एक.
And yeah, and sometimes it's, and why did I say munna, not munni? Because if munni happens, sometimes munni is, in the womb itself, she is eliminated. What about the grandparents? Grandparents are somewhere in the village, and they are visited during festivals or during the time when some other financial, benefit is in the offing. And the photographs are there on the wall. And like the parents point out their parents to the child, that this is your Nana, this is your Nani, this is your Dada, this is your Dadi. Like they are pointing out, this is T-Rex, this is Streptosaurus, this is Rexothaurus, like that. So we have almost pushed them out. And if they are at home, they are kept in the
Separate room.
Yeah, in not only separate rooms, they are like broken pieces of furniture, which cannot be sold on OLX or Quikr. They are not even they are kept like in the garage kind of thing, not actually in the garage, but out of sight. Because suppose they are having a get together at home, the boss is going to come, and my father is there, he can't speak well, and possibly he's drooling a little bit. So I wouldn't like to introduce my father to my boss because he's drooling. So I keep them in the inside room. The person who has given his entire youth and middle age to me, today I treat him like a dilapidated piece of furniture that neither can be used nor can be sold. Is this the way are we going to treat this, the generation which has, the so-called sunset generation which has given us everything? And what values are we going to teach our kids if we do this? I'll give you an example. According to me, or let me ask you, you're a young man, which is the most unconditional love, if I can use that phrase, in the world? The love which is truly unconditional in the world.
Okay.
You tell me.
I don't know, maybe parent and child?
No, it is not parent and child, because the parent also has a certain semblance of selfishness in that relationship. It is between the grandparent and the grandchild. Because grandparent does not want anything. He just wants to share that space with the child. A phone call, a WhatsApp message, a text, or some little bit of physical space. So I would like to appeal to all parents to take a pledge with me that they would tell their children to spend 30 minutes a week with their grandparents. Is it too much? Just 30 minutes a week. And the child does not have to do anything. He can just sit with the grandparent, share that space, and the blessing from the Lord would flow through like a perfect circuit from the Lord to the grandparent to the child. And no such circuit is so powerful, and no such love is so unconditional. Can the parents take a pledge with me? Okay, you might not have a grandparent at home. In the society, there are many old people.
Yep.
You let your child adopt an old person, an old grandma or an old grandpa, and spend some time with them. Believe me, this blessing will be so much more fulfilling, enriching than all the riches of the world.
Yeah. So you, in your book, you've also mentioned about something called a currency of trust. So what exactly do you mean by that?
What is the currency a parent and a child should deal in? I believe it is the currency of trust.
Okay.
And how do you measure this? It's a simple thing. Suppose your child has made a mistake, he's made a blunder. Who does he go to? He goes to his best friend, he goes to the neighbor, he goes to the uncle, he goes to the teacher, or he comes to you. If the child comes to you,
Then you succeed.
then your currency of trust is alive and kicking, it's really working. You have to build that. I'll give an example. When I was in class 9, I was studying in the best school in Andhra Pradesh. It's called Hyderabad Public School. And I was usually in the top 3. Then my sister's marriage was taking place. And in a traditional family like ours, it takes a couple of months, during those days. So I missed almost 2.5 months of school. And then I had a double attack of malaria. So in total, I missed around 3.5, 4 months. In just as I entered class 10, my rank started slipping from 1st to 12th to even worse. And I barely managed to pass in the physics exam. And my my class teacher held up my paper saying that this is what happens to a person who is overconfident. And the paper was filled with red marks. That and a few other things, there were some problems at home and all. I just had a complete nervous breakdown and I decided not to go to school. My mother started shouting at me and all. She started screaming that, how can you not go to school? We have put you in the best school. We have paid so much of fee. I said, I'll appear privately. He said, we have done all this so that you can appear privately like any urchin. So you said, you have to go to school. I stayed away for a month, but then she started forcing me to go to school. So in that condition, I was in such a pathetic state that I tried committing suicide by breaking open a bottle of phenyl, It was in the middle of the night, but my father had just come out to drink some water. He saw me. He broke open the door. It was a mesh, so he could see me. He broke open the door. He hugged me and both of us cried. And then he said, he took over charge completely and he said, nothing doing. You're not going to go to school. You're going to appear as a private candidate. Believe me, during those days, 45 degrees in the sun, he would go to drop me in a private school where I had to appear. He would sit for 3 hours under the shade of a tree and he would bring me back. Finally, I got a first class. And today if I'm here, being interviewed by you, is because of that trust he put in me, that care he took of me. He had that trust that yes, the decision I was taking was correct one and I would survive the mess I had landed myself in. That, I believe, is the currency of trust.
So it was really, really good talking to you. I mean, there are a lot of things which I'm sure that many parents would learn. And if not learn, at least try to imbibe certain values which you have talked about here. So thank you for coming here and thank you for speaking to us.
Thanks a lot. Finally, I would only like to tell the parents that I love a song which is sung by my favorite singer. The music is by him and the lyrics also are by him. So I would like to just sing 4 lines, if you allow me. चल के तुझे मैं लेके चलूं एक ऐसे गगन के तले जहाँ गम भी न हो आंसू भी न हो बस प्यार ही प्यार पले एक ऐसे गगन के तले एक ऐसे गगन के तले. All of us parents should try to create this pure and pristine world for our children. Thank you.
Thank you.